sajdas are empty from the remembrance of Allah, right? Even my own sajdas are empty from the remembrance of Allah. The closest that I am to Allah, I'm so far away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? And one thing that, I don't know if the sister asked this question, one thing that I would say humbly is that we are so used to multitasking, right? We're so used to multitasking that there are 10 things that we're doing at the time, right? I'm thinking about this and this and that. And Mufti Abdullah, did you eat already? You're not thinking about that, right? I know we brought you in earlier today, man.
I literally ate in like 2 minutes today.
Okay, good. So you go eat it again
Literally.
afterwards. Look, we're multitasking in our lives so much that I'm pretty much sure that none of us ever have time to truly focus on one thing completely now, because we're trying to achieve so much by doing so many things, but we're not becoming productive, right? And my humble request, I'm no one to actually give opinion on khushu, because I have the least, but I ask Allah to grant us all khushu. I would say unplug yourself from all things before you begin your salah, right? Put everything to the side for 5 minutes, right? Or 7 minutes, or whatever it takes you to make 4 rakats of salah. The biggest prayer that we have is 4 rakats for Dhuhr or Isha or whatever it is, Asr. That's the most rakats actually, right? So I humbly request that make this intention that for 5 minutes I unplug myself from everything. Disconnect yourself from everything and try to connect yourself with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? You're not going to be able to connect yourself with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until you do not disconnect yourself from other things, right? Look, we all have worries. I have so many, all of these ulama, great scholars, have so many worries that they're thinking about that they have to take care of after they get off of this broadcast, right? So many other things that they have to take care of. But for 5 minutes that you're giving Allah, put all your worries to the side and know that you are standing in front of the one who will take care of all your worries, right? That's how I feel that we can begin creating khushu. And what Mufti Muaz Saab mentioned with regards to making our wudu with khushu and starting our salah with wudu, and Mufti Abdullah Saab mentioned thinking about the name of Allah, the majesty of Allah. But with that, my humble request is unplug yourself from everything and connect yourself with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're coming to the end, inshallah. We're going to take these questions for next week. I know we're coming above 7 minutes already. Forgive us. I was going to correct you, but I am a kid and I don't know if I should say it. Please go ahead. May Allah reward you and bless you. Brother Rayyan, you mentioned Rayyan Mahdi. I'm not sure what you wanted to say, but inshallah, if there is anything related to deen, there is no haraj, there is no shyness. Please do share that in your comment. You shouldn't be shy in doing the right thing, just the way Hazrat Umar radiallahu advised Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu to not shy away from saying the right thing. Oh, subhanallah, that's great. So if you do have that comment, please do share us with us, inshallah, Brother Riyan. And if there's any particular issue that you think that needs to be corrected, we'll definitely make sure that we correct it for next week, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy and grant us khair, inshallah. Hazrat, any particular thing from your side before we depart from our brothers and sisters?
You said put everything away for 5 minutes. What if your imam takes forever like me?
Oh man.
I read long surahs, man. What's gonna happen?
Look, the longest prayer I think is your Fajr, right? Most likely, or Isha.
Yeah, Fajr and Isha.
I don't think that any Isha lasts for more than 9 minutes. Qari Nazrul didn't join us, otherwise he get mad.
15 minutes? Yeah, I do 12, 13, easy. 14 minutes.
13 minutes of Isha, mashallah. Your congregation is booming, brother.
No, that's what I read longer surah.
Mufti Muasab, how long is your Isha?
About 12, 13 minutes.
Allah.
I think that's much short compared to my local masjid.
I hope my imam is not listening to you guys.
I think this is like something between the Quran. Mufti Muaz, Qari Nazrul.
Look, max 15 minutes. When we come to Allah, put all your things away for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These 15 minutes will save us the headache for the entire day. Wallahi, the most sukoon will be the time. And wallahi, the time, if we get one sajda with Allah in a way that there is no one except for Allah, I think it's done, bro. It's made. Like that day is productive, even if it's one sajda that we get with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what I feel, inshallah. But may Allah reward you, brothers and ulama and scholars and all our respected brothers and sisters who have joined us, inshallah. Again, our concern from this side, brothers and sisters, is to provide you with the information that is closest to the Quran and the Sunnah. It is never our intention to hurt any individual, but we want to make sure, during Salah, time flies. MashaAllah. That's the brother writes, during Salah, time flies. I guess he's pointing towards correcting the Imam praying 4 rakats in Maghrib he was mentioning. Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Oh,
Let me give a shout out to Rayan Mahdi. He's local. MashaAllah, he's one of the only people you'll find in the masjid from the youth, from our locality.
Okay.
One of the few.
Can we get him on the stream for like 2 seconds? Can I send him a link?
Sure.
Can you send him a link? Can you send Rayan that link, please?
Okay, sure.
Can we have Rayan please join us just for 2 minutes? We want to see you. It doesn't matter you're young, Allahu Akbar. You're in the masjid, you're doing the right thing. May Allah reward you and bless you. I hope all our kids join the masjid and the houses of Allah. I was so happy last week. I was with Mufti Abdullah. He was doing a program called Kahoot with the kids. It was so amazing. You had like 20-some kids who were there studying the life of the Prophet ﷺ, and they were doing an amazing Kahoot program. I wish all the masjids can engage their kids like that. So, mashallah, that's amazing. Mufti Abdullah, could you tell us like in like 30 seconds what you guys planned?
so what we planned was we had to have a youth night, but it had to be virtual at the same time, because on every New Year's we have a youth night, and those youth nights are very, very big, and everyone comes from the youth and they stay over in the masjid and they have dinner and they have breakfast and they have games all night. But we couldn't do that this year because of Corona, so we had to have a virtual event, and we spoke together, and what we came up with was, let's have a Kahoot, a trivia. Kahoot is basically a trivia where you ask a question and there's 4 choices and you pick one. Let's have Kahoot, but let's put a little twist to it. Let's have it about the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the first place winner would get $100. So it was a good incentive for the kids to spend 4 or 5 days to learn about the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to be in that tournament, to be over Zoom with all of their classmates, all of their friends from Saturday school, to interact with them, to have that little competitive competition, and then everyone, alhamdulillah, it was very good.
That's amazing. That is really, really nice. I hope all our kids get engaged to the houses of Allah, to the masjids. So we're just waiting for our guest Rayan to join us. He hopefully, inshallah, he can join us, and inshallah we're hoping, Mufti Abdullah and myself, we are planning a program to do. Should we let it out, Mufti Sahib? Should we inform the people?
Not yet. Let's plan something first.
Just wait for that major program to come for the kids, inshallah. We're hoping to engage all our kids all over Long Island, inshallah.
But just know, whoever's listening, that it's going to be a huge prize. No, why'd you say it?
No. We're not going to tell them how they're going to. Mufti Sahib, is he joining us?
Yes, he's joining us in a minute.
He will join us in a minute. Alhamdulillah. So you're going to give a shout out to Rayan, mashallah. So he joins in the masjid. Okay, he's here. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Rayan, how are you?
Alhamdulillah.
May Allah bless you. So we're going to ask one thing. Why didn't you correct Mufti Sahib? When you knew he was making...
basically, not only me, after Salah, me and Mahdi looked at each other and was like, is there something wrong? I didn't know. I was like, if I say it, is everyone else going to say it? I was confused.
You thought Isha for a second.
Yeah, I was confused. I was like, is someone else going to say it? Or I was confused. I was like frozen at the time.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Do you know that the Prophet ﷺ, while leading the prayers, had also sometimes missed the portion, and then the Sahaba sometimes would remind them, and sometimes this shows the human natures of insan and human being, and the beauty of our religion is that we learn from one another, right? And that's such a beautiful thing that you have, is a sense of connection. Before we leave, I'm gonna ask you one thing. MashaAllah, you're young, you're coming to the masjid. What do you tell the young people who say they're too busy? They got amongst us, they got Fortnite, they got so many things going on. How are you gonna tell them to take out some time to come to the masjid, or even in their homes to pray the salah? what are you going to tell the young ones to do?
I'm gonna tell them what's it called, where they play games and all that, but like, this is what I tell my friends. I encourage my friends to come and pray. They said they have studies, they have all this stuff, but they're like, oh, I'm lazy, I'm lazy, I'm lazy. But when they have a problem, then I don't shove it in their faces, but I tell them, I mean, you guys should start coming to prayer, and Allah will start accept. Allah does accept your dua, but Allah will start listening to you, because I know a lot of people who just make dua when they're in trouble, but when they're not, when they're in good shape, they don't say anything. They don't go pray anything or make dua.
That's
Then
amazing.
that's a lot of people. When they're in trouble, that's when they make dua, and when they're not, they're living their life.
That's all of us, man. May Allah give us the reality. But thank you so much, Ryan, for joining us, man. Join the kids, get them together. You're doing an amazing job. And next time when there's 4 rakats and 3 rakats, just say it out, inshallah. Okay?
Inshallah.
What are you gonna say? Allahu Akbar or Subhanallah?
Allahu Akbar.
All right, inshallah. Mufti Sahib will tell you this. Thank you so much for joining us, Ryan.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mufti Sahib, Jazakallah khairan for joining us. I know we took a little bit more time from our brothers and sisters, but we did have a good time with them. May Allah bless you and your loved ones and grant you khairan barakah. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our prayers and dua and keep us upon the Quran and Sunnah. We'll see you next week. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.